Hi there, and welcome to this special, very special lifestyle show. It's Valentine's, don't you know? Oh, it's romantic. We all know it's romantic, isn't it, Jess? But this is going to be a very special show indeed. It's a packed show as well. So I have to sort of move swiftly on and get on with it, if you will. So we're dealing with love. That's the whole ethos of this show. We're dealing with love, but not just to on a romantic sense. We're also dealing with love on the sense that the ones that we have loved as well. So it's kind of like that. This show is remembering our loved ones, if you will. What a special day to do that on. This is fine. This is fine for it. So I wanted to do a couple of things first before we kick off with the main part of the show, and I just really wanted to sort of like highlight certain things. I did say this last week. On what's happening in the Caribbean in terms of COVID and protocols and social distancing and what have you. So I've just got a little bit of a listings, if you will, just to keep all of us updated with what's happening on particular islands. I've got about 13 islands. If missed any islands, please, I'm sorry, but I'm just having to go through these are the main ones, if you will. So I'm just going to do this to say that in Jamaica, these are current cases that I'm going to say first, and then I'm also going to say about the deaths. Right, so in Jamaica at the moment, it's not looking good at all. 18,527 cases there, current cases there, and unfortunately 368 deaths. We've got Haiti, 12,016 with 246 deaths. Trinidad and Tobago, 7,642, and that's 138 deaths there. Martinique, 6,521 with 45 deaths. We also have the US Virgin Islands as well there, 2,524. 25 deaths. St. Lucia, 2,487 with 23 deaths. Barbados, 1,947 with 21 deaths. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, 1,395, 6 deaths. Antigua, 427, 9 deaths. Grenada, 148 with 1 death. Dominica, 121 current cases, but no deaths. St. Kitts as well. St. Kitts and Nevis, 39 current cases, no deaths there as well. What we want to do in the next coming weeks, we've given our extended invitations out to various commissions and even ministers on some of those respective islands to ask them to join us to talk to us a bit more about what's happening there, and what about their protocols, what's happening. It's in some cases it's sort of like really heightening, isn't it? So we want to sort of talk about that as well. So sad news, very sad news, but we'd like to keep you updated with what's happening on our Caribbean shores. Right now, this is also another little bit of a saddie, but also celebrating her remarkable life. We have to pay tribute to Mary Wilson of the Supremes, who we lost this week. We lost her on Mary. We lost on Monday. We don't know the cause of death as yet, but 76 old. So we just want to pay tribute to her. Yeah. So let me start by talking about this lovely lady. Mary Wilson was born on the 6th of March, 1944 to Sam, a butcher, and Joni Mae Wilson in Grenville, Mississippi. She was later to become part of one of the most successful Motown acts in the 1960s. Mary was the eldest of 3 children made up of a brother, Roosevelt, and sister, Kathy. The Wilsons moved to Chicago as part of the Great Migration, in which their father joined many African Americans seeking work in the North. But by the age of 3, Mary was taken in by her aunt, Ivory, whom she lovingly called Ivy, and her uncle, John Pippin, in Detroit. Her parents eventually separated, and Mary's mother and siblings later joined them in Detroit. Now, to raise more money, Mary's mother worked as a domestic, and her family settled in Brewster Douglas housing projects, which is where she first met Florence Ballard. The pair became friends while singing in their school's talent show. In 1959, Florence asked Mary to audition for Milton Jenkins, who was forming a sister group to his male vocal trio, the Primes. two members of which later joined the Temptations. Mary was soon accepted into the group known now as the Primates, with Diana Ross and Betty McGowan, who lived in the same housing project. At just 15 years of age, Mary became a founding member of the Supremes alongside Ross and Ballard, becoming the most best-charting female group in US chart history, as well as one of the best-selling girl groups of all time. The Supremes released 12 #1 hits singles on the Billboard Hot 100, which set the record at the time, 10 of which Mary sang backing vocals on. Mary remained with the group following the departures of other original members, obviously Florence Ballard in 1967 and Diana Ross in 1970, although the group disbanded following her own departure in 1977. She later became a New York Times best-selling author in 1986 with the release of her first autobiography, Dream Girl, My Life as a Supreme, which set records for sales in its genre, and later for the autobiography, Supreme Faith, Someday We'll Be Together. Continuing a successful career as a concert performer in Las Vegas, Mary also worked in activism, fighting to pass Truth in Music advertising bills set up to protect the trademark of musical recording artists, and donating to various charities. She was inducted, along with Ross and Ballard, into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1988. In a statement, the founder of Motown Records, Berry Gordy, said he was extremely shocked and saddened to hear of the passing of a major member of the Motown family, Mary Wilson of the Supremes. She was quite a star in her own right, and over the years continued to work hard to boost the legacy of the Supremes. He added, Mary Wilson was deeply special to him. She was a trailblazer, a diva, and will be deeply missed. Mary Wilson died at her home in Henderson, Nevada on Monday, 8th of February. She was 76 years old. The cause of her death is not yet known. However, it's been stated that a private funeral ceremony will take place later this year, in line with the health and safety coronavirus guidelines. Mary Wilson, 1944 to 2021. May she rest in peace and rise in glory. Okay, right, so that's one sensational lady. We won't forget her in a hurry, of course we won't. And as we remember the Supremes, we also very much remember Mary Wilson. Right, that's musical as well, because wasn't she a great musician? So that's musical as well. So let's sort of like turn to now another musical item. We're going to be introducing a lady by the name of Sahana, World Music Academy. Sahana, are you with me?
I am with you. Hi.
Hi there, how are you doing?
Good, thank you. It's World Heartbeat Music Academy.
World
Heartbeat,
Music
because
Academy.
it's the heartbeat that connects us all and unites us all. So,
World
and
Heartbeat Music
everybody in the world has a heartbeat. So,
indeed. Well, tell us all about World Heart Music Academy. World Heartbeat Music Academy.
That's right. Well, I founded World Heartbeat Music Academy in order to give children and young people who wouldn't have had the chance to learn a musical instrument that chance.
Oh.
And it grew from literally a few kids and a derelict space that we just rented, or we actually didn't rent, we were given it free for a year,
Wow.
rent free for a year because it was derelict, and we just did it up, made it into a really nice music studio with about 5 teaching rooms in there and a big performance space. And now it's bursting in the seams, and it's got more than 350 children in it learning a wide variety of musical genres and instruments. And it's really fun.
It sounds like it's really fun. Kids, and many kids sometimes are not given the opportunity to learn, you know, how to play instruments. So is that why you felt that you needed to sort of set something like this up?
Absolutely. I mean, as our community was changing and so many children weren't getting the chance to, with all the cuts and the government cuts and everything that was happening and the music coming out of the curriculum, so many children weren't being given a chance to play music and to learn a musical instrument, and also the way to teach it by joy and engagement and love, and creating an environment where it really feels like home, and it's just joyful and beautiful.
It is indeed. I know in a few moments' time we're going to be having a little clip and seeing a bit more the children. But you had something to say, Stevie Wonder, a clear message. Let's hear it from you.
Well, we wanted to make an offering to the world. We wanted to express our love to everybody, and all the young musicians were really on board. They all wanted to offer something special and something special at this time. So Valentine's Day is a perfect day to offer this special love to everybody. But Stevie Wonder, he's very close to us because his songs are just unbelievably powerful, unbelievably poignant. They really relate to you on a universal level, and they're just great to play. And so we chose Love's in Need of Love Today.
Excellent. So can we now see that clip, please?
Thank you for all your love.
Good morning or evening, friends. Here's your friendly announcer. I have serious news to pass on to everybody.
What I'm about to say could mean the world's disaster.
Could change your joy and laughter to tears and pain.
It's that love's in need of love today.
Don't delay, send your dream right away. The force of evil plans to make you its possession. And if we let it destroy everybody,
We all must take precautionary measures. If love and peace you treasure, then you'll hear me when I say, oh, that love
in need of love today.
don't delay. Send yours in right away. Hate's going round, breaking neighborhood hearts.
Stop it, please, before it's gone too far. Don't delay, cry away.
Love's in need of love today.
understand was in 115. It looked absolutely amazing, and to see, you know, the different nationalities of people as well, and to look at some of those instruments that were being played, not your normal, some of them weren't your normal types of instruments as well. I can see that.
Yes, we have we had some Indian tablas in there. We had flutes, clarinets. We had 17 flutes and something like 18 clarinets and guitars. And it was actually arranged by a wonderful arranger and musician and a supreme bassist called Nick Cohen. And we're very grateful to Nick. He's arranged it and mixed the track. And then we also had Michael, the award-winning film composer, who did the videos. So we're grateful to them as well. But it's just our feeling of oneness and unity. And
brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Well done for that. How can people get more information and for the next round of it as well? Young people watching that just, oh, I want to be part of that. So how can they get more info?
Well, we have actually a website, and everything's quite clear on our website. And you just can Google World Heartbeat Music Academy, and it will come up. And we have lots of programs, and we're teaching remotely. And so we have a lot of different programs that you can learn via the internet. And we're teaching tabla, sitar, Latin music, jazz, a big program in jazz. Western classical. I mean, it's just basically, it's like a sweet shop for musicians, for young musicians. You come into the door and you want to be a musician.
Great opportunities. Loving what you're doing. Keep it up, Zahana. I should have also done a formal introduction. Zahana, is it Gero or Gero?
Zahana Gero, yes.
Gero, MBE. So absolutely, you deserve that MBE as well. You're doing a wonderful job. Thank you ever so much for talking to us.
Lots of love to everybody.
Thank you, Zahana. Bye now. Take care. Talking about world musicians and worldwide things going on the other side of the world, they're celebrating Black History Month. Of course, it's the United States, and one particular lady indeed is right up there in it. Let's go over now to the US of A, celebrating Black History Month with the one and only Maya Angelou.
You may write me down in history.
You may write me down in history.
With your bitter, twisted lies.
With your bitter, twisted lies.
You may trod me.
You may trod me
in the very dirt.
In the very dirt.
But still like dust.
But still like dust, I'll rise.
I'll rise.
Does my assassin name upset you? Why are you beset with gloom?
Why are you beset with gloom? Just like moon.
Just like moon. And like sun.
And like sun.
With the certainty.
With the certainty.
Of time.
Just like hope.
Just like hope.
Springing high.
Springing high. Still I rise.
Did you want to see me broken?
Did you want to see me broken?
Bowed head and lowered eyes.
Shoulders falling down like teardrops. Waking by my soul.
By my soulful cry.
Does my heart begin to feel you? Don't you take it awful hard.
Don't take it awful hard.
I live like I've got gold mines digging in my head.
You may shoot me with your words. You may cut me with your eyes. You may kill me with your hatefulness. But still, like life, I'll rise.
Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise that I
history shame. Oh, from a past that's rooted in pain. I go still leaving wild. All in the swell and I'm bearing the tide. Leave me hanging and security feet. Into a daybreak that's wondrously clear.
Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the hope and the dream of the slave.
Still I rise. Just like moons. Rise like sun. Still I rise. Don't try to keep me down. I'll come back around.
I rise.
Amazing. I had goose pimples come up. Amazing. Let's take a little quick break, and back after that, Reverend Michael King. See you soon. Hi, welcome back to the Lifestyle Show with me, Pam Joseph. It's all moving, isn't it? And it's all great. And can you feel the love as well? Can you feel the love? Powerful song, Napoleon. Thomas says they're powerful song indeed. Nubian Queens. All the clapping, of course. Let us introduce Reverend Michael King to the show. He's no stranger to the show. Good evening, Reverend King.
Good evening to you as
How
well.
are you?
Excellent. Enjoying the joys of Valentine's Day with a slightly different slant.
Yes.
So sending God's love to everybody and receiving his love.
Yes.
Amazing segment and sections of the show before, though. The young people and their music was incredible. And Maya Angelou, I mean, really, we talk about love. We've come a long way. Come a long way.
Indeed, a long way. Some of those images we saw there a very long way. Just for those who may not be au fait with yourself, Reverend King, please tell us a bit about your church and yourself.
Right, we're King of Kings International Ministries. We meet on Zoom on Sundays between 1 and 3. We can post that afterwards so that you can join us. We have church in the week as well on Tuesdays, and we do various other segments. On Thursdays, we have King's Culinary Cooking, where for an hour we all do cooking. And on Friday, we have Ghost Busting, which is a spiritual warfare session with all sorts of demonology taken on head on and leading speakers from the country dealing with that. Wednesdays we fast. Wednesday morning at 6 we have prayer, and we're a very interactive church in that the membership are following Christian and scriptural guidelines, training and equipping of saints for ministry. Our slogan is where you can be all that God has called you to be. And today was Women's Sunday. All the women control the church, take the church, go to the pulpit, preach for the church, organize every segment of the church. And it's as from God. We don't make it up as we go along. We ask the Lord what to do. So all are welcome.
Absolutely. It sounds very welcoming. And I like that bit about the women taking over. You do know me already. And regards. Yeah, as you said, it's all about sending out the love. And we're talking about our loved ones as well. Your parish sounds like it's really rather huge. May I ask you, Michael, have you been having, if you will, say this in the most, thing of terms, a busy time of it all? Have you lost many of your parishioners? Have family members from some of your parishioners, lost them? And how have things been?
It's difficult for everybody because people are dying of COVID, and there's no question of it. And people are dying of the additional effects. Things like suicide have happened, which are very, very unfortunate. and death where you least expect it. I was speaking with the chaplain, the senior chaplain of St. George's, unfortunately, because we lost a relative. And he was saying that never before have they been as inundated as they are now. And never before have they seen the age group of 20 to 40 not only coming in with COVID, but dying in unprecedented numbers. So any conspiracy theorist who says it's not real, it is real. I think we all realize that. And it's just something that affects just about every segment. My son said to me the other day, my one son, and my lovely 23-year-old son said to me, Dad, for the first time, I really realize what's going on, because everywhere I turn amongst my friends, there's people in their family who have COVID, and one infects another and another and another. So it's never just one, it's multiple.
Yeah.
So for us, we've been doing funerals as well.
Yeah.
It's very, very, very difficult. But as a Christian, the beauty with a funeral, if they're born again, I honestly 100% know where they have gone. They're in heaven. Our job on earth is, where are we going to go when our time comes? So as painful as it is when people, what we would say is go home, pass away, we're saying they're going home. As painful as it is, the question for all of us is, where are we going when our time comes? And I'm here to tell you, one day our time will come, but we hope it's a long, long way away.
Yes, indeed, indeed. Are there any special mentions that you would like to take this opportunity to you know, say out to us and to everyone listening to this and watching this as well? Any of your parishioners, for instance, who would like to maybe just hear the name of their loved ones, is that possible at all?
It is. I think one that really comes to mind is the Morgan family. I lift them up before everybody for prayers and love, and the Henry family, I lift them up for prayers and love, and really any families that are affected by losses within this COVID season. There's too many. The Lennon family, who aren't parishioners but are very dear and close friends, and there's many, many more. And forgive me if I've not mentioned you all, but the main thing is, I say everybody who has had loss or is affected, because it's not just loss. There's COVID, then there's long COVID, and there's the problems of having elderly loved ones in hospital and you can't visit, you can't go, you can't see. All the traditional things that certainly we're used to in the church, is being close to people when they're in problems or unwell. We visit, and in this season it's very, very difficult. So I'd like to just say God's love goes out. So it's a shout out from Jesus to everybody. God's love goes out. God is still God in the midst of the wickedness and the evil of this pandemic, but God's love is consistent and will never ever change, and is in full flow even when it looks like it's an evil and wicked world. If you search and look, there's so much goodness in it, and there's so much love in it. For example, when families lose someone, they come together so much, so lovingly, that you're just moved by the love for one another in the midst of loss. And we just give God thanks for the love.
One of the things that many people do say, particularly I must say the old generation from my family as well, is that keep the faith. Just keep the faith, even though all of there might be bad things happening around you, but keep the faith, because once you have faith, that's your strength.
Amen. Faith moves mountains. And we say it in church every Sunday, Hebrews 11:6. We encourage everybody to come to church, and Hebrews 11:6 says, without faith, you can't please God. And he's a rewarder of those who diligently seek him, for you must believe that he is. And so you have the faith and the knowledge that he is. And I like to use faith in a deeper way. It's not thinking that God is, it's knowing that he can and will and does, and the reality of him, and knowing that he loves you. John 3:16 is the most famous verse in the Bible. For God so loved everybody watching, Ben. My Bible's different. God so loved everybody on this platform. God so loved everybody who everybody on this platform knows. For God so loved the world, he sent Jesus, his only son, that whomsoever, and that means anybody, not Bible readers or deep prayer people or people who are in church every day, people who believe on the Lord, if you receive him, whomsoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. And that's the deepest love. And then the next verse, most people don't know, verse 17, and it says, for God did not send his son Jesus into the world to condemn the world. He sent his son that through him the world will be saved. So Christ is an act of love that's not telling us off. Oh, you're not good, your skirt's too short, your hair's too long, you smoke too much spliff, you drink too much rum, you play dominoes too long. He didn't send Jesus for that. He sent Jesus to tell you God loves you and you're saved. Satan, the devil, the enemy, doesn't want us to know the truth. I'm here to tell you the truth. Tell you the truth, and knowing the truth, which is Jesus, it will make us all free from the clutches of sin and Satan. He doesn't want us to know the truth. We're in a spiritual war at the moment. It's a big time war, and the enemy's trying his best to blind people, but I'm here to open eyes. God loves you more than you can imagine. Just receive him. So that's the true message of this season.
Amen. Thank you. I understand also, Michael, you've got something special for us here. I believe he is a member of your choir. I do believe that. And I also believe that he's also featured on a well-known talent quest program. Roger Samuel?
Right. Correct. He's not a member of my choir. He was visiting our Bible class at home some 20 years ago with his wonderful wife. And we're firm friends, and my wife saw the anointing and was telling him to go and sing. Now he's a worldwide anointed singer and a pastor in his own right. I had the privilege of being his ordination. He's a magnificent preacher and teacher. He's a wonderful dad. He's a great example, especially to the Black community, of how to be a father, how to be a true man. And he loves to say, I have 8 children from the one wife, which is awesome. And the man has an anointing. Every gospel singer in the US calls him over. There's no big name that you could mention who doesn't have great respect for him and who he hasn't sung for on their platforms. And he was also on The Voice, and he did very well in that. He should have won, but sometimes they don't give you the right songs. So Roger Samuels is a man with an anointing. I've carried him to places where he's sung for Reverend Jesse Jackson when he was over here some years back at an event, thousands of people, and half of them end up weeping. You see, when the anointing of God is upon you, when you're even talking, people are touched in their heart and their spirit. I go to funerals and I deal with salvation at funerals. We don't just bury the dead. We talk to the living about being saved. And I always give everybody in a funeral the opportunity to receive Jesus as their savior. Now, this man, Roger Samuels, when he sings, there's such an anointing on him that the presence of God comes, and people who don't know Jesus, not interested, want to get back to the rum bar afterwards, burst into tears because of the anointing of the Holy Spirit and the love of God. So that's Roger, and he's an amazing, amazing man. And I have to say young man because he's younger than me. And I reckon he's one of our best gospel singers in the United Kingdom. And we look forward to an explosion with him over the next few years. So without further ado, back to you to introduce him.
Thank you. I think you've just done the intro. So without further ado, let's hear from Roger Samuels. Have we got him? Roger. Okay, I'm not quite sure. I'm thinking that we are having problems getting him on. Is that correct?
Name from Galaxy S6.
If you haven't got him, I've got him on tape, but he should be there. He was on the other line.
Okay, let's have a bit of it then. Let's hear something of him. Yes, please.
Okay, I'm giving you Roger Samuels, and it's a love song, and it's called "I'm in Love," and I love that from him. He gives us God's love in his song.
I'm in love, Lord, I'm in love with you. I'm in love, Lord, I'm in love with you. I'm in love, Lord, I'm in love with you. Not for the things you do, but Lord, I'm in love. Lord, I'm in love with you. So I gave my life to All I am completely through. All I have and all I own, I'm making it yours, make it yours. I'm in love, Lord, I'm in love with you. I'm in love, Lord, I'm in love with you.
I think that's all we've got time for. You know, I'm so big. That's enough. So thank you ever so much for that rendition. Absolutely great voice. Thank you, Reverend Michael King. And we just had so many people just giving their beautiful song, beautiful voice. Thank you, Lillian Harper. Thank you to all of those who are just saying that. What a lovely song, what a beautiful voice. And thank you to you, Reverend Michael King. Thank you ever so much. Next time, I'll tell Roger, we'll sort him out. We'll get him on the show in his own right. And lovely. Thank you ever so much. And do take care of yourself. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow, music. Music is a delight. Music is the food of heaven. Anyway, here we are. We have to go for a little break now. So see you shortly. Hi, welcome back to the Lifestyle Show. Oh, beautiful song, I'm in Love by Roger Samuels. We'll get him on the show. Beautiful voice. Yeah, right. Should have probably won the voice competition there. Anyway, we move on swiftly because now we're talking food. You know, we talk about Valentine's Day. We talk about romance. It's always about going out to dinner, isn't it? Dinner, dining for two. You know, we can't go out anymore, can we? So it's all about getting involved in the kitchen now and dining for two. Many of you probably have had your romantic dinner. Maybe you're about to do it, but we've got an idea. We've got the three chefs with their idea of a romantic 3-course meal. Sounds tantalizing. So let us deal with that. So let us introduce, and I know it's Teresa. First of all, it's going to come to me. Teresa, are you with me?
I am with you. Hi. Hi, Pam.
How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. Now, what do we talk? We talk about food. We talk about Valentine. We talk about romance. And we'd like to know that there's one thing they always put in there somehow. Why is it, Teresa? Chocolate is always part of it.
Well, some people don't like chocolate. So
I know. I don't. It's always about chocolate, you know. But it's romantic, isn't it?
Very much so, in the European sense.
You're right. You know, it is European. It's a European thing. But what are we dealing with today? So we've got, is it Lyndon?
We've got 3 members of our team. There's 5 of us.
Hiya, Lyndon. But Lyndon's with us. Yeah, hiya. Lyndon is with us, and Lyndon is going to go through the motions. I think we've got a VT as well that we're going to be showing. Lyndon, talk to me. I asked
Pam, there's another member of our team you haven't got on yet. There's Kevin.
Kevin.
Hi.
Hi, Kevin. How you doing?
Good. I'm good.
Excellent. Well, then, Lyndon and Kevin, answer this question. Why is it when we talk about romantic dinners and Valentine's, there's always chocolate involved?
I just heard that, Pam. I'm going to change it now. I just changed the menu.
No, leave it. It's just me. Chocolate businessman. But anyway, it's all good. What are you going to be treating us about today? What's on the menu?
What's on the menu?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I created a menu which is for the male and for the female. Trio salmon, which is poached salmon, which you do in a stock, in water stock. Gravlax, which is dill, smoked salmon, normal smoked salmon dill. And there's another one, hot smoked salmon, which you do it with oak wood chippings, and you do it in a hot eat as well. So the reason why I've done that, because it's nice and light, and you've got 3 different types of textures with the salmon. And with salmon, it's an oily fish as well. So you get your omega-3 from the salmon, which is a healthy option. I've combined that with a rocket salad and watercress, because rocket and watercress is like a flavonoid food, which helps you nourish the pancreas, and you've got a lot of protein in that as well. With pomegranate and a beetroot as well, mixed in with that. The pomegranate is good for blood pressure, circulation of the blood within the system, and also the beetroot as well. So, and the dressing that I've got with that is a flaxseed oil dressing with apple cider vinegar and whole grain mustard. So it's not just a romantic starter, it's a healthy starter. So it will put your partner in the right mind when the meal gets started. So your mind is always fuzzing already. Wow, this is a brilliant starter. The presentation and the taste is going to be so infused that you're going to light up the evening with a starter, and that's where it all starts. And there's another one that I'm going to do, another starter, also is it braised duck breast. There's a lot of people out there, they're not familiar with duck, yeah, for the meat eaters, but with duck, if you braise it in the right way, with right ingredients, yeah, with some onions, orange, cinnamon, bay leaf, you know, and some other secret ingredients, you know, which we chefs like to have, you know, it just brings out the flavor in it, you know. And with the duck breast, you don't give a big piece of duck, you only give a few slices, so it's nice and light as well. And I'll give it with the same salad as well, but I would add a orange dressing with roasted pine nuts to that as well. So the orange is good for the system as well, and the pine nuts is good for the mind and for the body. So that'd be the 2 starters. So the 2 starters is the trio of salmon and the braised duck breast. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
You can see I've been licking my lips, so you can see this, and then you're making me feel extremely hungry. It sounds so tantalizing. It really does. I love it.
Oh, brilliant, yeah.
Oh my God.
For the main course, that's a starter. But for the main course, I've gone for roasted butternut squash. Yeah. So with the butternut squash, what you normally got a long butternut squash. What we normally do, we normally peel all of it. We cut off the bottom, then we scoop out the seeds. Yeah, and then what we do, we rub that with some olive oil, salt and pepper, and some mixed herbs, and we put that in the oven and let that roast down till it's cooked, nice and soft. Once that's cooked out, we're gonna do a stir fry cauliflower rice with okra. You see, what a lot of people are doing now, they want to get away from the white rice because of high carbohydrate. So what we're doing is using certain other ingredients like quinoa, cauliflower rice, broccoli, and breaking them down and turn them into a stir fry. So we're going to use the stir fry with okra as well. With the okra, it helps with the blood sugars as well, helps reduce the blood sugars as well. But the okra, once you cook it out in a seasoning with some fried onions in it, some peas, some sweet corn, and some other sesame oil, some other ingredients, it just brings out the nice flavor of the cauliflower. And sometimes you don't even realize you're eating cauliflower, but visually it looks like rice, but it doesn't taste like rice, but it still got strong flavor.
Just one thing to say to you, Linton. Some people are very much, adverse. They do not like okra. They really don't like it. Is there an alternative?
Just don't use the okra. Don't omit the okra. Just use something else. You can use whatever you want. But the only reason why I add okra, if you're a person who's diabetic and you would like to reduce your blood sugars naturally, this is why I incorporate it, because this is what helps with your blood sugars. So it's a very good, healthy diabetic meal, and romantic as well when you add the right seasonings with it. It is. So this is what we do with the stir-fried cauliflower. And to be honest with you, when I first done this one, I was very skeptical. But when my 16-year-old daughter said, "Dad, that tastes nice," I knew I was on for a winner. You know? So these are what we're doing now with the Take 3 Chefs project, is we're incorporating different flavors what are healthy to encourage people to eat foods like cauliflower that they don't really like. But we're going to show them how they can have certain foods that they do like and make it taste nice for them. Okay. So the next one I'm going to be doing, the next main course is going to be a nutty crispy chicken, and basically the nutty crispy chicken is going to be with monkey nuts, sesame seed, cashew nuts, and sourdough bread as well. Sourdough bread, because for me personally, with sourdough, it doesn't bulk out my stomach. Normal bread, it makes me feel bloated. So with sourdough, it breaks down much easier in the body system. So I'm using that as a crust. So what I do, I dry the bread, I blitz it down, then I blitz all the other nuts with it, and that's going to be the crust for the chicken. So I've got a chicken breast. I slice that in half, and then I put flour, egg, and then breadcrumbs, which is the nutty part. And that's very. And then what I do, we shallow fry that, just seal it off in a pan, and then we finish it in the oven. So it's not too much frying with it at all. And that is so nice. I know there's some people that they suffer with nuts and stuff like that, but if you're not a nut allergy person, it's fine. I've got other ingredients that we can use without nuts that taste very good. Yeah. And with that we're doing avocado garlic dip. So avocado is a very good protein, nice, very good protein. And with the avocado, put garlic in there. Where the garlic is good for the body now. Now we're going through some certain situations in our lives, so we need to clear the lungs as well. So the garlic and a bit of ginger, bit of chili will help clear the lungs as well. So, and that's a dip, and that is awesome. And on top of that, as a side dish for both of them, I'm doing crushed sweet potato infused with rosemary. Crushed sweet potato instead of normal white potato is much healthier. And with the rosemary as a fresh herb, the smell and the smell and the taste is unbelievable. The combination of rosemary and sweet potato, trust me, guys, you have to try it. You must try it.
Lily Harper says she's not a lover of okra, but she did do a veggie dish once, and she did use okra, ackee, and peppers and onions. She said it tasted fine.
Oh, brilliant. There you go. We're here to help and to change, you know, 100% and improve people's appetite. So that's the sweet potato. And the side dish of vegetables is a selection of roasted vegetables with herbs, with coriander, with parsley and thyme as well. And thyme is very good for the body. I won't go into too much details about the thyme now, but even if you make a thyme tea, it's very healthy for antioxidant for the body. Yeah. So with those, I'll be using my favorites is like parsnip, carrot. Yeah. Parsnip, carrot. Some of the root vegetables that you roast off as well. Yeah. Just put it in the oven and just roast it. Just put it in the oven, just roast it, and that's it. And leave it. And one of my favorites is red onions as well. Nice big slices of red onions. Just mix it with that. And so that's the side veg. And then I'm going for desserts. It was going to be chocolate. It was going to be chocolate, but Pam, you changed me now, you know? This is what we just do. The client doesn't like chocolate. What have you got next on the menu? Okay. So Pam, what I was going to do, I was going to do a chocolate fondant, which is a chocolate fondant. It's like the cake on the outside, but inside when you cut through it, the chocolate just melts out. You know, it just melts out. And sometimes when you cut something and the juice just comes out, it's just like, wow. You know, that's an art to do that. You know, it's an art to do it. And when you get it right, when we get onto the streets after lockdown and we're doing our take the free on the road sessions, I'll be doing some of these chocolates. And the good thing about it, I'll be using a dense chocolate, which is like a 75-80% chocolate. And the chocolate is good at a higher level, like cocoa, because it's a flavonoid food. So that's going to heal the body as well. Yeah, but for the people who don't like the chocolate, I'm going to go with one of my favorites. Yeah, lemon tart. Yeah, lemon tart. Yeah. So if anybody out there who's got my book, The Inspired Diabetic, you look at page 70. Yeah, I've got 4 sizes of lemon tarts in there. Yeah, and if anybody can tell me or know my story why I've got 4 lemon tarts in there, send that into Pam on a lifestyle show, and I'll send out a free book to you. Yeah, I'll send a free book out to you. If you can answer that question, why have I got 4 lemon tarts in my book? And it's on page. That's for you to find out. Okay, so that's the dessert. I want to do it. And the other dessert that I'm going for is a champagne jelly. Yeah, because I know you ladies like your champagne. So I'll do a champagne jelly with fresh berries, with strawberries, blueberry, and raspberry. Yeah, and I do it in a shot glass as well. And it is so nice. So nice. And it's a nice jelly, nice flavors. And when you go into it, it's like, wow. It's beautiful champagne jelly. And then what I'm doing with that, I'm doing a mini fruit salad with kiwi, oranges, a little bit of banana in there, blueberries, just a little thing as a taster. Just a little taster.
Okay.
You know? So,
It all sounds absolutely wonderful, Lyndon. We all do know that once everything's back to normal again and we can start visiting, then the whole crew, the lifestyle crew, is going to come down to your house and you're going to cook us that menu. Right, good. Let's move on to Kevin. Let's move on to Kevin. Kevin, what would you like to say? What's your contribution to all of this now?
I better tell you, I'm the worst cook in the world, but I've come on board because I do the film and I do music as well. And what it is that it's a great project with Take 3 Chefs, because they're giving like healthy food, and they are just the best chefs going, really, because they will be able to empower people to make great food, healthy food, in the time that we're in now, and just make their lives a lot better. And it's a romantic day today, so everyone's sitting around the tables and at home, because obviously we can't go out, and just enjoying the time together with their loved ones. So it's from that point of view, it's really nice to have that, that good food. But my background is I'm more film and music within the team, and I write music as well. I'm part of a group called Take Sahara. So we've written some love songs as well. So our music will go with the chef's food to give your soul an uplift, really. So this is my contribution to the team.
That's nice. Teresa, to tell us a bit more about the 3 chefs for people who may have missed the first interview you guys with Anthony, and where can they get more information about the whole concept of 3 chefs?
Well, thank you, Pam. But you actually forgot to let me talk about the emotions. I had the 5 language of love ready for you, but next time. So Take 3 Chefs came about. I'm the creator of it, and the reason we created it is because there's a need for us as the people from the diaspora to understand that we can keep our cultural food, but we can create a healthy version of it. So the need was there, and we came together, and there's 3 chefs and Kevin and myself as a core of 5 of us. And what we're trying to do is to educate everyone about how they can heal their bodies through healthy eating. And we're also interested in how the food is grown and where the food is grown. So it's a very big project. And what we're really looking for at the moment is for people to go on our website, take3chefs.com, have a look at our campaign, and also to email us if they want more information. If they want to come on our mailing list, info@take3chefs or take3chefs@gmail.com. And take3chefs.com is the website. And we have a campaign on the Indigo, which is a link on our webpage where anybody who would like to sponsor us, we would love to have them. But we're really passionate, Pam, about the time that we're in and the knowledge that we have. And we're less about talking and more about action. We're ready to educate the whole world about how they can eat healthy and how they can eat healthy on a budget. Because part of the problem is people will say, oh, it costs too much money. So we're doing all of that. The chefs have 90 years experience between them, and they have all the skills that any community could ever desire about how to cook healthy food. We have Lyndon, who's the chef Lyndon. He does the disease support and prevention if possible, depending on where you are on your journey of food. He's a person that knows a great deal about diabetes and other diseases, so that's his contribution. We have Richard, who is a chef called Chef Richard. He's from the restaurant chain Coming Up, and he talks primarily about the cultural food and our history and ancestry, and how the flavors from the culture is really infused together to create dishes that we're used to. And then we have another chef, Chef Kevin, and he does a vegan and vegetarian, and we have him showing people how they can create food even if they don't want to eat meat, because it's very, very trendy now. A lot of people don't want to eat meat anymore, and he can show anybody how to cook really great plant-based food and vegetarian food. And we're passionate about the young people, so we really want to get as many families who've got young people to come and look for us and find out what we're doing. But we're also bringing in how food is grown. So this is a very big project, and we have great plans about how we can impact this, I think at the moment, challenge that people are having with not knowing what to eat and how to cook food that tastes good in a healthy way.
All right, Teresa, what we're going to do is make a special thing on this. You said you had something to tell us and recite to us, and you haven't got the time to do that because we have to wrap. We can't do the VT. So what we're going to do is we're going to invite you back next week. We'll show that video you're talking about with all these chefs and you know, sort of like giving us an example of how to eat healthy, and we'll have that. We'll have a lovely platform for you and that VT next week. Is that a deal?
Possibly, Pam. Possibly. We will check our diary.
Can I pull your arm?
There's 5 of us. I love the offer. Thank you very much. I will talk to the team and see if we're available. But if we are, we would love to come on. But we appreciate that you've given us this time. And happy Valentine to everyone. And the final word is, there are 5 languages of love. So if the one that you're talking to, your loved one, is not working, find out about the others.
I like that one, Teresa. Loving it. Teresa, Kevin, Lyndon, thank you ever so much. And Teresa, I will see you next week. And have a lovely Valentine's. The rest of this evening, do enjoy yourselves. Have a very nice time. And thank you. Bless you all. And we'll see you soon.
Thank you, Pam.
Hi, and welcome back to the Lifestyle Show. I've got to move swiftly on because it's still a packed show, and time is against me, running against me. But thank you ever so much, everyone that commented. Couldn't say everything there. Thank you ever so much. Keep watching, keep commenting. Hi, Rick Clark, and thank you. Rick Clark says to all the ladies watching, happy Valentine's, ladies. Thank you. Rick Clark is coming up later. Right now, we have to give it the spotlight to Norman Basigu.
All right. Hey, Pam, how's it going this evening? Good to see you again. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's to you. I'm going to love and leave you.
For sure. I'll catch you soon, Pam. All the best. And with that being said, ladies and gents, welcome to this installment of Spotlight, where I, as the international news correspondent, will be covering the latest in African and Caribbean current affairs. My name is Norman Basigu, and above all, we wish you all a very happy Valentine's Day. Now, in today's segment, I've got something very special lined up for you. Yes, I'll be conducting an interview with Tara to talk about the consequences of COVID-19 by zoning into youth unemployment and vanishing opportunities for young people. Now, the guest I'm going to bring on, she's a very, in my opinion, real person. I've known her my entire life, and she's got an incredibly honest insight into how COVID is affecting what I deem to be the average person. For me, she truly embodies the real struggle that many young adults I know are going through. Graduates with great CVs and tangible experience under their belt, but because of COVID are struggling to secure or maintain long-term work, or being the victim of layoffs on multiple occasions. So I really thank my guest for coming on this evening to share her story of how she's been navigating this tough time. Are you there and can you hear me?
Hello,
Yes,
yeah, I'm
please.
here. Hi,
What's good?
Norman.
How's it going this evening? How are you?
Brilliant day. Happy Valentine's Day, by the way. There's all kinds of love.
Thank you so much. I had to try and look good for Valentine's. You never know who's watching, but no, honestly. Oh, I see. honestly, but no. Above all, we all thank you, the team, so much for coming through this evening and just sharing your story on this very harsh topic on what's happening in the world right now. But before we go on to our guest, I just want to give some brief context to the harsh facts about the current state of play, about what COVID is doing to the working landscape. So very quickly, as of October 2020, it was reported that the unemployment rate in the UK rose to its highest level for more than 3 years. The Office for National Statistics highlights that the unemployment rate increased from 4 to 4.5% between June to August of 2020, with younger workers hardest hit. Under 24s reportedly have an unemployment rate of around 3.4%. And again, this is old data. Now, concerns have been risen that the unemployment rate of 4.5 is likely to rise. And again, this is from October, so God knows where it is now. Now, data from The Guardian in October of 2020 also indicated that youth unemployment in Britain is on course to more than triple to its highest levels since the early 1980s. A report warned that the impact would be worse for young adults given the lasting damage from unemployment early in their careers and because of broader deterioration in living standards compared to from their parents' generation. And as somebody who is a young person myself, a young adult, this is very near and dear to my heart. So that's why I really wanted to address this. So bringing back my guest, Tara, to ask her some questions on how she's been dealing with all of this. My first question to Tara is this. So March 2020, that was doomsday month for all of us. COVID hit and lockdown is literally overnight. Everything came to a stop and working from home was the new normal. But unfortunately, so were mass layoffs literally in the blink of an eye. So in the first few months of lockdown, what happened to your state of employment? And were there any sudden changes? And if there were, how did you navigate these changes?
Right. So I was between jobs. I'm actually a finance professional, but I was working in retail then. As you know, retail is all closed now. So the store I was working in was also due to close. So I took redundancy during that time, not knowing that furlough was a thing or going to happen. So I actually missed out on furlough and I was mid application to a finance role. But because everything was going to be online, they would find it difficult to train me. So I didn't get the role. I completely understand. Completely lost that role. I was stuck at home. We were all stuck at home. Since then, I've worked various temporary roles, and we keep locking down and coming out, and locking down and coming out, and I just keep losing them. Yeah.
Honestly, I'm so sorry to hear about all that you've gone through. And again, I know so many people that are in your position right now as well. The fact that circumstance isn't really on our side as young adults, the fact that we're going into lockdown and coming out, going in, coming out, and no one really knows what is going to be the state of play moving forward. But fast forward to present day, in terms of how you've been dealing with all of this, the last nearly year, because we're coming to the year anniversary, all of this uncertainty would have definitely reaped a certain toll on you, be it the financial pressures or the personal insecurities caused by these factors beyond your control. And this definitely, I'm assuming, would have had some kind of impact on your mental health. And this is the big conversation that is buzzing around young people. So if you don't mind me asking, and it's only if you don't mind me asking, are you able to speak on these challenges, on how you've kept mentally upbeat and positive during these tough times? Because I see you all the time, we're on the same estate, and you're just so, you're always skipping, you're always finding a reason to be happy. So how have you mentally been dealing with all this?
Yeah, first of all, I'm glad that the conversation has moved on to mental health, especially in the Black community. It's not taken as seriously in our community. I believe everyone has had a touch of ill mental health, staying at home 24/7, with the bread aisle being the most interesting place to go. We're social creatures. We want to see our friends. I did struggle a lot in the beginning. Every day just blended into one experience. And then I decided one day, I was like, okay, get up. You need to adapt. You're not doing anything productive right now. So I started to make daily and weekly goals. So daily goals would be like apply to a few jobs, do your laundry, go for a walk within reason. Weekly goals would be like stay off your phone for a day, read a book, educate yourself. I just tried to build structure, because that's what was lost for me and many people, was the structure that working, seeing your friends gives you. And if you don't have structure, you kind of become a bit lost. So my main thing was connecting with people in safe measures, going shopping and just building as much structure as I could throughout this.
Amazing, and it's so great to hear how you've been able to put this into a positive in terms of identifying the issue and acting on that and finding solutions to it, practical solutions. Again, given the fact that we are at home, we can't do 90% of what we could do before, but you've taken matters into your own hands to do what you can best. And so my final question to you, you've managed to find a sort of a working formula that's helping you get through this period. And I'm really happy that you said that, again, in the Black community, this is something we need to be talking about a lot more, this idea of mental health and dealing with these things. So for you, for anyone out there, again, this being, a network that really caters itself to the sort of Black community, diaspora and beyond, what advice would you give based on how you've managed to develop these solutions? Is there any advice you would give to others out there trying to find work or feeling unmotivated or just really struggling through pushing through this tough time? Like, what advice would you give, be it how to seek out help or just persevering on a personal level? Are there any gems you want to share out there? Because you seem to be doing really well in this tough time.
So my first thing would be adapt. You have to adapt, just like in nature. Do not be afraid to apply to anything. Retail, you may be a finance professional, apply to that retail job. Get that retail job. It's something to do. And also, employees will love to see that you worked during the pandemic as well. If you can't work during the pandemic for any reason, try to educate yourself. Always try to strive to go forward, even though we're kind of stuck inside. I'm not only applying for finance roles, I'm also applying for retail roles and other things like that. So definitely educate yourself during the pandemic if you can. I do understand that it's very hard, but we must find a way to move forward and we must adapt. You adapt, you survive. Speak to your peers and your friends and anyone from your old role if you did lose your role. Networking is very, very important. It is very powerful. You never know where you'll find a role. Someone could recommend you and suddenly you have a job. It's the most amazing thing. And have patience. It's been going on for nearly a year now. It's not going to go away. Even when we're allowed to go out again, it's not going to go away. It's going to be very long standing. Have patience. You aren't alone. There are so many people out there that are going through exactly what you're going through. We need to band together and be careful and care for each other through this.
Honestly, 100%. And again, I'm so thankful that you've really touched on these things of this isn't going anywhere and you're somebody who's really in the thick of it right now. And again, I've known you for essentially my whole life, and I've always, even in this tough time, you've kept so upbeat. And so I felt like you're the perfect person to really touch upon these matters, the good, the bad, the ugly, the great, the beautiful. And all I can say on this note is just thank you so much for sharing so honestly and so candidly the struggles that you've been going through, but also the positives that you found from it, and also the word there being survival. These are times none of us have been through before as a species to this extent, and we are all just trying to find our way through it one way or another. So I'm really happy again that for people that are watching, within the Ben Network, you've been able to touch upon, mental health, perseverance, navigating this tricky job market again as a young adult. We're more or less the same age, so all I can say on that note is just thank you so much from the team, and thank you so much for being so candid and honest. And on that
thank you for the opportunity, by the way.
Honestly, the pleasure is all ours. And on that note, I'd love to wrap up this segment of Spotlight for this week. Next week, we have a very exciting guest again planned. So again, just tune in next week. And until then, all stay safe and stay blessed.
Hi, and welcome back to the Lifestyle Show. Thank you, Norman, for Spotlight. Okay, she's so familiar to, she might as well live with me here as well. Our guru, gospel guru, goes by the name of Annette B, and she's here to spread the love. Annette. You're muted.
Am I?
Okay, you're on, you're good.
Okay.
How are you, Micah? How are you?
Yes, pushing through, as we say, God is good, even as we go through all of what we're going through, we just have to remain positive and just take one day at a time and appreciate each day.
Yeah, appreciate it. And we can appreciate how we look as well. I'll tell you something, people say their hairdressers are closed and everything else. But every time I see you, you look as if you've been to the hair salon. Give me your secret.
Marie, CC Marie looks after me very well. I pink. Yes.
Loving it, loving it. You've got some special words for us. This is love. This whole theme, Valentine's Day, is love, and we are dealing with love because we also are dealing with our loved ones as well. That's moved on. And so I'm going to leave the platform to you to give us your special words.
Yes, yes. You know, just giving out, expressing love and thoughts, and just want to encourage each and every one that has lost somebody within these last, year or so, to like COVID-19. It's just come and it's just taken over our lives, taken over the world. But I just want to encourage you that each day that we wake up, no matter how we feel, thank God that we're here for another day. And the ones that have gone on before us, thank God that we knew them. It hurts. I've lost so many people, especially over these last 13, 14 months to COVID and other illnesses. And so I know there's often times that I didn't want to get out of my bed in the morning just because of total disbelief that loved ones are no longer here. And as you try to get over one hurdle, one acknowledging that loved one's gone, another one goes. So, I'm just here just to give you a word of encouragement. What's kept me going is the love of God, the love of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, that is within my heart. And that's what's kept me going on a day-to-day basis. So if you don't know Jesus, if you don't, believe in God, check it out for yourself. Read the Bible, and rationalize everything that you read in the Bible, and delve more into learning for yourself. You might not want to hear what I'm saying or another person who believes in God is saying. So check it out for yourself. And believe you me, that's what's given me comfort. That's where I've drawn the blanket of love, the blanket of warmth to soothe my heart going through these last few months. I myself have been poorly and family members have been poorly. But you know what? I thank God every day that I can say that I was poorly. But thanks to God, even though sometimes we may feel pain. Oftentimes my mum, she will say, oh, I'm in so much pain here, so much pain there. And I say, Mum, I know it sounds, I wouldn't say awkward, but thank God that you're here to tell the story, because a lot of people are not here anymore. So what I say that to say this, let us appreciate life. Life is so, it goes by in the blink of an eye. So let's grab it with both hands, appreciate what we have, appreciate one another. Today is supposed to be, it's Valentine's Day. I'm just calling it Love Day. The love day that we have should share every day. There's a saying that I say is, love is free. Let's share it abundantly. Love doesn't cost a penny. It doesn't cost a dime. It doesn't cost a cent. And if we all show each other love, show each other empathy, and care for one another, smile at your neighbor. You might not even know their name. A smile. Even with the mask on, you can tell when someone's smiling. You can see the smile in the eyes, the warmth. So I just say that as a word of encouragement. We don't know how long we're going to be in this pandemic. Some people call it the plandemic, but we don't know how long we're going to be in this situation. So let's make the best of the worst situation. And thank God we're alive to even experience it, that we can share love to somebody else who's not as strong as us. I just want to play this song.
Yes.
It's the Lord's Prayer, and just receive it and be blessed by it.
behold, be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us all our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us, as we forgive those who trespass against us, and lead us not into temptation. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us all our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us, as we forgive those who trespass against us, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, the glory forever and ever. Amen.
Thank you ever so much. And I know it's just a rush job because we've got so many others to still come in, and thank you, but you always have time for us. Do take care. Happy Valentine's to you. Loving that track there, and for your lovely words as well.
Thank you.
Okay, it is we're sort of like trying to move the train on quick, so let's without further ado bring in Bushti. Bushti, are you with me? You're muted.
I'm unmuted.
Okay, lovely. How are you?
I'm all right. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, loud and clear, loud and clear. I know you. I know. First of all, I have to quickly say that well done to your daughter, Valentine.
Yeah, really see, yeah.
Yeah, X Factor.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
bless it. So I'm going to leave it to you, Bushti, to do us what you do best.
Okay. I want to say happy Valentine's to each and everybody. Stevie J and all the ladies. You know, it is what it is. Brini, yeah, Juliet. There's too many people to mention. My sisters, Carol and Eloise, and all the rest of them. But yeah, I'm gonna do this song called "If Only for One Night." I've got a song in the charts, which is "Let's Join the Party," and this one's called "Only for One Night." Oh yeah. Let me hold you tight, if only for one night. Let me keep you near to ease away you feel. It would be so nice if only for one night. I won't tell a soul, no, and no one has to know. If you want to be totally discreet, I'll be at your side, if only for one night. Oh, yeah, if only for one night. Your eyes said things I never hear from you, and my knees are shaking too. But I'm willing to go through. I'm standing in this space but I'm feeling no disgrace for asking to let me hold you tight, if only for one night. Let me keep you near to ease away you feel. It would be so nice if only for one night. Oh, oh yeah, if only for one night. Oh, yeah. Needing that, oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'll be at your side. Oh yeah. Your eyes say things I never hear from you, and my knees are shaking too. But I'm willing to go through. Standing in this space when I'm feeling no disgrace for asking to let me hold you tight. Oh yeah, let me keep you near to ease away you feel. It would be so nice if only for one night. Oh, oh yeah, if only for one night. Oh yeah, if only for one night. Yeah.
Well done. Yeah. Well done. Thank you, Bush T. Thank you. I just quickly have to say this very quickly. Brenda Nash, thumbs up, and she's calling you her Valentines. Vino, Nubian Queens, Lillian Harper, at Sanders. Everyone's saying, yeah, it's wicked. Lillian Harper, there.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And do stay blessed. And we'll see you shortly.
Nobody else do.
Yeah.
Respect.
Thank you, Bush T. Stevie J, where are you, Squire? Stevie. You're muted.
I should be on. How you doing,
I'm going to leave you to it. I'm going to leave it all to you right now. Take it away.
What time? What is it? Are we back? Yes, we are. It's back for another edition. The famous Stevie J UK chart show. How you been? You know what's special? It's the Valentine's one. Honestly, we had the Christmas one with Charmaine X back in December. And today we've got the Valentine's one. So you know what, people? There's so much love out there. I want to wish you all a great Valentine's Day. Don't worry, it's been good for all of us. But you know what? We really need to know what's been happening in the Stevie J chart show. So without no further ado, let's take it away.
Coming in at number 10 this week, they go by the name of Rima. They've had the number 1 already, and they're coming back with this one called Meaning of Life.
Without a love of my own, without a love to call my own. If this is life.
Coming in at number 9 this week, goes by the name of Nana Genesis and Can't Live Without You.
I love and I can't live without him. He's all that I've got. I miss him, and I want him so bad. It's hard to let go. Now I'm lost all proud, crying out.
He's been at number 1, as you all know. He goes down to number 8 this week. He goes by the name of Harmony. He's still never letting go.
When you came to me that day and you said you're gonna stay, girl, my heart was filled with joy, I've got to admit it. I was truly overwhelmed with each moment that we spent. It was clear to me right then that I was committed. Ooh. Hold me, love me, hold me, baby.
What a climb for this artist, I see. Goes up to number 7 this week. Goes by the name of Alex Watson. And got a message in the music called Judgment Day.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa. I pray for Mother Africa, the country of our birth. I pray for all the people who are lying in the dirt. I visualize a place and time.
I'm telling you, it's all happening. It's all happening in the chart show as she creeps up to number 6 this week. Goes by the name of Eve Nelson, and she's still telling us about the rumor. What a climb for this young man. He's at number 1 in the chart show. He goes by the name of Bush T. He's making us all boogie on down with Come Join the Party.
Oh, baby. Come, let's join the party. It's time to move your body. Your body, yes. So come, let's join the party. This party, yeah. Come to celebrate. You just can't turn up late, but come on love the night, yes, I'm roll up to the club. Stepped up to the bar and there she's looking good. 20 years I've not seen or heard a word. Now that I've seen you, girl, you look familiar. But no, tonight is celebration night. Let me take your hand.
He was at number 1, but I tell you something, it just keeps happening as he goes down to number 4 this week. He goes by the name of Colin Roy, and he still says, I
come home to you, baby. You tell me that it's over. How come I didn't know? I wasn't treating you right. I couldn't see that you're hurting. Someone's been dissing on me lately. Ain't a girl in this world. I wanna
be all hotting up in the Stevie J UK chart show. I'm telling you, he's up to number 3. 3 this week. He goes by the name of Major Popular, and he still has that wicked track called Prettiest Woman.
Always be there to protect you. I'm coming to get you, little girl, little girl. I want you in my life. I'm not gonna let you, no way, ever come out of my sight. To have you in my life, don't you know, would be a pleasure. Ask me if I'm going to leave you, then I tell you never, forever, yo. You and I will be for eternity. To have you in my life, don't you know, would be a blessing. You must be heaven sent, girl. That's what I'm guessing, expressing, yo. That I really love you, girl. You should know nobody else will do. So baby, come on, me and you should be getting it on. Love how you move and
What
love
a
how
fight,
you go.
what a tussle. I tell you something, it's always happening, it's always happening. Last week's number 1 goes down to number 2 this week. She goes by the name of Angie B. And when you see Osaka.
Not here to play. When you see us, come move out the way. This is not a game, not here to play. No, the spirit's calling out to me from the bottom of the ocean sea. The spirits of our ancestors, we hear them cry. They're all beckoning to we must set the captive.
Wow, wow, wow.
What can we say, Pam? What can we say?
Wow, wow, wow. Absolutely amazing. Can I just quickly say that Colin Roy had actually sent me a message earlier on to say happy Valentine's, and happy Valentine's to you, Colin. And I wonder if he may go back up again.
Well, we'll have to wait till Tuesday to find that out. Because as you know, every Tuesday we do it live between the hours of 11 a.m. till 1 p.m. on stingdem.radio. And there's so much things happening. Honestly, it's fantastic and getting better. And you know what I like, Pam? It's to see you dancing in the chair, mate. That makes a lot of a difference, mate.
And you know what I'm dancing at the side. It's so good. It really is.
We've got it going on. Got it going on, Pam. Seriously.
Brenda Nash keeps every tune. She just loves every tune. Brenda Nash is saying everything. She pull up on this and tunes on this and Brenda, keep doing it. Lillian Harper, we're going to that. She's saying, what about the number 1? We're keeping you in suspense for just a little moment, Lillian. What about the number 1?
Yes, well, I'm going to let you know for the first time in the Stevie J UK chart show, we have our first instrumental at number 1. It's a rendition of Ed Sheeran's Thinking Out Loud. You need to hear this, Pam, because if you wasn't married, you will be after this track.
There with us. How are you? Right. Congratulations. Happy Valentine's. He's so into it. Thank you, Ray. Oh my gosh, you can't hear. Okay, thank you ever so much, Ray. You're so into it. You're really concentrating on those songs. You're not hearing.
It certainly was.
Thank you, Ray. Listen, we are we're rushing. We've run out of time. We want to spend a little time with you. Perhaps we can rearrange for something to have you on. Talk a bit about yourself. I actually have to say, congratulations, number one. Happy Valentine's, Stevie J. Stay cool. See you next week. We have to wrap. Okay, guys. Loving and blessing you. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Oh, I didn't want to stop him. I didn't want to stop him. It had to be done. We've got to move. We've got to move. We've got to move. So, who have we got up next? Can we hear from Nubian Queens? Can we hear from Nubian Queens? Is it Nubian Queens up?
To
Okay, we're going to be seeing more of these ladies. I know we are. Had to give you a teaser there. Had to give you just a little bit of a teaser because we are running out of time. But I have to say this: somebody called Sphinx is saying the girl's looking delicious. That's a nice one, delicious. Look, I've got to bring these guys in. They're waiting to come on. So let's have them on. Rick Clark, Don E, R&B greats, UK style. Hey! I salute you, sir. How are you, Donny?
I'm not too bad, I'm not too bad. How you been?
Well, for seeing you now, I'm feeling great. I really
Yeah?
am. You're looking very healthy. You look like you put on weight.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it's all this staying home, no touring.
Yeah, staying home and writing songs.
Writing a lot of songs. I've got a new album out at the moment called Unbreakable. It's a new EP. It's a 4-track EP called Unbreakable 2, which has got a new version of Unbreakable on here and a few new joints, and it's out. It's at my website, donmusic.co.uk, so go get it. It came out yesterday, just in time for Valentine's,
Just in time for Valentine's. I should have said Happy Valentine's to you and yours as well. I should have said that. So what about your romantic meal? Did you have a romantic meal?
Oh, we got a takeaway tonight.
that sounds very romantic, Tony.
Yeah, man. Listen, man, we've been cooking all week, man. Every day is Valentine's Day around here, man. So today was different. We just thought that was a Valentine's treat, just not to cook.
Just not to cook. Well, that's I'm thinking that. What you really say that.
We shared presents and cards this morning and all of that. So we good. We good.
Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely. Things are very difficult. We all know that. As you just said, we're all at home. But it does give us time to reflect, and it does give us time to do certain things that, we may do them on a, normal things, but we're doing them a bit more and really going into certain things like educating ourselves a bit more, as a lady earlier on was saying on the show, and also giving yourself time to write more. I know you write anyway, Johnny, but it's giving you more time to
a lot more time. Like I said, I haven't toured for about a year now, because usually I tour with Grace Jones and we usually on the road and stuff. But this year it's just been, I put out 3 EPs this year. Since I had an album I did in 2019, and 2020 happened, and I thought, all right, let me pause that. Let me see what's going on here. And then I wrote this EP called Isolation. And then I did another one called Social Distance, and now I'm on Unbreakable 2. So yeah, just trying to sort of water the garden and sort of music's the medicine right now, really. So it's been helping, man. It's been helping me and also the listeners and supporters and stuff. So yeah, it's all good, man.
It is all good. I mean, you still do things. Earlier today, you was doing, if you will, a virtual gig and what have you, or wherever you have to go. You're still really working as such, though, aren't you?
Oh yeah, man. I'm trying to sleep right now. I sleep when I'm dead, man. So I did Leaf and Lecret. I did Leaf and Lecret, his lockdown family show today on Facebook. So yeah, that was nice, man. So yeah, just watering the garden. I do like lives on social media every sort of Monday, Wednesday night. I might come on at sort of 2, 3 in the morning and just rock up tunes for like a couple of hours and just, it's a nice vibe, man.
Yeah, on that album you mentioned, is there any collaborations on that as well?
Not on this one. There will be on the next one. I've got a full album coming out, but this one is a 4-track EP that's came out yesterday, and it's just me.
That feels good, isn't it? Just you, feels good. I don't know what's happened to your mate, Rick Clark. He was there a minute ago, and he sort of disappeared. So I don't know if I should roll with you and carry on with you, because I know that you wanted us to play a bit, at least one track of the new album.
Well, I was going to just do, because it's Valentine's Day, I was just going to do Unbreakable, really. Okay. All of the things I wanted, now. If we want it to be, and it feels so right. You in my dear. So many times, I think to myself, I don't wanna be with no one else. And I made my mind up, yeah. I made up my mind to keep my heart strong. I make it unbreakable. I made my mind up, yeah. I made up my mind to keep my love strong. I make it unbreakable. Look at me once, look at me twice. Ooh, lady, those eyes are so nice. I can't wait to touch you right there. I know you wanna touch me right here, and it feels so right. You in my life, my dear. So many times, I think to myself, I don't wanna be with no one else. Said I made my mind up, yeah. Said I made up my mind to keep my love strong. Make it unbreakable. Said I made my mind. I made up my mind to keep my love strong. Make it unbreakable. Make it unbreakable, yeah. Make it unbreakable. Make it make my mind up, yeah. What's happening, Rich? So many times I think to myself, yeah, that I don't wanna be with no one else. And I made my mind up, yeah. I made up my mind to keep my love strong. Make it unbreakable. Said I made my mind up, yeah. I made up my mind to keep my love strong. Make it unbreakable. Make it unbreakable.
Yeah. And at that point, let's bring in Rick Clark. Better late than ever. Well done, Tony. That was beautiful. I love live shows.
I'm trying to see quiet. The daughter's sleeping.
Come on. So what we got?
Can't see you, Rick. I can hear you. I can't see you.
Wake her up.
I can hear him, but I can't see him.
Where is he?
Rick, can you see me? All right. I think the connection's gone to Nelly. Remembering that he's out in Barbados, I guess that's the way it is. Yeah, I'm going to be closing the show because I was going to get Derek to sing us out at the very end of it, have a quick chat with him and sing us out at the very end of it. At this moment in time, I just have to then say quickly to use up the time to end by saying thank you to all our guests today. Your busy schedules and everything, and coming out and making sure that you can tune in with us. The likes of obviously the wonderful Donny and everyone else that has come on. We want to also give an announcement about those gorgeous gifts from Manus Arts, and that's competition. Babs, she's got the dress and bracelet of Willesden, and we've got Miss Attraction from Southall, and she's now doing some earrings. Al from Hammersmith has a t-shirt and wristband. Courtesy of Manus Art. Well done. From Al, I think everyone is ladies there. So men, what are you doing? Credits. Thank you, everyone at the Tamaray Event Designers team. Thank you ever so much for helping us out here. Thank you to Henrietta Productions, Dalgetty Tees, Lusters, and OTC. Don't forget to send out messages and comments to Lifestyle on Ben at hotmail.co.uk. Lifestyle on Ben is all one word. Lifestyle on Ben at hotmail.co.uk. Family and friends, missed out today's live show? No problem. Watch it again on the big screen on TV Sky 195, and that's from 10 a.m. Friday. Following Friday to come. Following Monday is repeated again from 5 p.m. We want to thank you all for tuning in to us. Keep it up. Keep us a support. We like the likes. We need the likes. We keep needing those likes. Please. Keep telling your friends and family to watch us. Rick Clark, if you're going to be coming in, I can have you in now so you can sing us out at the end of the show. If not, we want to say stay safe, stay strong, and stay blessed. There he is! Oh gosh, you have to sing us out now.
Hey. Happy Valentine's to my beautiful lady, especially my beautiful sister-in-law. Hey! Happy Valentine's, fam. Happy Valentine's. And to my brother, Donny, my brother. Hey.
You all right?
Loving, yeah, it's beautiful. It's hot out here. It's hot.
I'm jealous, don't get jealous. You know? It's all right. We know it's hot.
You know.
But you
try not to send two videos out.
Rick, we're running out of time. We want you to end the show. Donny has given us a lovely live, Unbreakable. It was beautiful, that rendition. Now we want to go to you. Please give us a lovely romantic song as we end the program. Thank you, Rick. Happy Valentine's, and sing us out.
You're welcome. God bless you. I'm singing one of my favorites. Well, to London, England, the rest of the world, stay safe. We love you. Yeah, it's tough times now. But anyway, always and forever, each moment with you. It's just like a dream to me that somehow came true. And I hope tomorrow will still be the same. For we've got a life of love with Ben TV that won't ever change. As everybody, every day, love in your own special way. Have a happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Everybody, happy Valentine's, everybody. We love you. From Barbados.
We'll catch up soon,
Stay
Rick.
safe.
We'll catch up soon.
Keep strong.
Thank you, Donny.
Love you.
The whole Ben TV family. Big up.
To my friends, to my family, to my mom and friends, and blessed to the Carol family.
Blessing to everybody, Tony. Lovely seeing you.
Likewise,
Miss you.
Glenda.
Barbados is waiting for all of you.
I know, we're coming, man.
Bye-bye.
Big time.
Yeah.
Okay,
Take care. Bye, fam. God bless everybody.